Hello, my name's Johnny and I'm doing the walkthrough on your new coach. I work for Holman Motors and we appreciate your purchase, and it'll be my pleasure to show you a few things about your coach. We'll start right here with the LP tanks. When both of these are on, it automatically switches from the full tank to the empty one. I run with one of mine shut, and then I know when I'm out of propane, I can come out here and there's a little green thing on the back here. It says it's pulling out of this one. So when this one runs empty, I'll put it over to the empty one, open it up and take this one and have it filled. They're 55 pounds when they're full, so watch your back. There's a 12-volt battery right there. It's a deep cycle. You want to keep check it every 6 weeks. And make sure that the water, distilled water, stays above the plates. Now every 6 weeks we'll do it. Around the side here, this is where all your information is about your tire pressures, and up here on this label tells you a lot about where your coach was put together. We'll talk about the roof now. It's really important. It's a rubber roof. And the only thing you put on it is a product called Dicor. You don't put any silicone or anything else on the roof. It's just Dicor, and it's wonderful stuff. You want to get up there at least twice a year, check for any cracks. You got a seam in the front, seam in the back, and everything coming through has got Dicor around it. The beautiful thing about Dicor is if you get a crack, all you have to do is clean it off with soapy water and pour more Dicor on right over top of it. You have it comes in a caulking gun too. So that's very, very important. Very, very important. Nothing but Dicor. While we're talking about seals and stuff, we'll skip over here to the slide out. This is more or less just a wiper, a squeegee. Here is your seal. And it's very important that you use silicone spray on that and keep that pliable. This is what keeps water out of your coach. We sure don't want no water in there. It goes up over the top and down the other side. Silicone spray is what you use. You got a nice compartment here. Nice compartment. You got a light on the other side. It goes all the way through. I call it the garage. It's really a nice big compartment. This is fresh water. You got a fresh water tank inside. This is where you fill it with the garden hose. But I want to remind you that if you're going to be doing a lot of traveling and camping, fresh water weighs 8.3 pounds a gallon. I don't carry any more than I have to, because almost every campground is going to have this, which is your city water. What you need to get in here is an elbow coming out, a 90, and an all-important regulator. I can't stress it enough. Be sure and put a regulator on here. It regulates the pressure. All these cities are different, so that's very important to remember. Back here in the back, we have your hot water heater. It's electric and gas, and it's very important that you see this switch here. Can't hardly get in there to it, but when it's up, it's on gas only. To run this on electric, you need to have that switch on to the bottom. On for electric. On for electric. Don't forget, because if you don't do that, you go in there, you're going to be using your precious propane. If it gets hot, it might get overheat. I haven't had it never do that, but here's what these are for. If it gets hot, it might blow one of these reset buttons. All you got to do is let it cool down and come out here and reset it. It's really simple. Okay, now we're going to talk about sewage. You got 3 valves here. This is your black water, which is nothing but the tank underneath your commode. That's all this is, black water. When you get ready to dump, we're going to give you a hose with this connection. When you get ready to dump, you pull this black water let it roll out, and then you pull these two gray tanks and let it clean out your hose. On the other side, I'm going to show you a clean out for this black water. We'll talk about that when we get around. Stabilizers. We didn't talk about stabilizers. That's all they are. They're not levelers, they're stabilizers. So you run them down, you can get an attachment for your drill, cordless drill, and it runs them down really quick. And then you can stabilize it to keep it from rocking and rolling when you're in there. Inside here is that hose I told you about, right there. That's the hook onto that outlet we just showed you. This is to the cable. If your campground's got cable, this is where you plug it in, right here. We just talked about that black water flush. You put a garden hose on here, not your fresh water, but a garden hose on here, and you can flush that black water tank out. But just like that label probably says, you want to be sure and have that open and in a sewer. And it's a beautiful thing. It'll clean your black water tank out real nice. Right here we have your 30 amp cord. It just sticks, you just stuff it back in there, and we're going to give you a thing that goes on the end of it that you can plug it into the house. It's going to be in your care package. I'll show it to you when we get inside. Tire cover. I've seen them on the road, so I don't trust them on there. So I took and got grommet maker, made 2 grommets on each side and put a bungee cord on there so I don't lose my beautiful cover. I got one just like it. Got a nice compartment here. Nice compartment there. There's your jack for your stabilizers right there. I usually run mine down with a drill, and then once it gets on the ground, I just sort of tighten it up with this. Just snug it up. It's got a nice light in there. Every compartment's got a light, which is a nice feature. This is the back of your refrigerator. Nothing you can do here. Just be sure you keep this little doodad in there, and it's not going anywhere. But just watch it, check it every once in a while, but it's pretty good shape. All you can, this is tech work only. If you want to get in here twice a year and blow it out with an air hose, that's what I do. That's good. You can blow some of the rust and stuff out. But there's nothing for no adjustments or nothing that you can do in here. Another very important thing. This is your furnace. It's very important that you get screen to go over this. Very important. Because if you don't get a screen to put over there, and those mud daubers get in there when you got this in storage or you're not using it, and you bring it back for warranty work, not having screens on here will void your warranty. So that's very important that you get screens for this. They make 2, and also they make 1, and I suggest you get the one that covers both of them. It's a lot easier to put on. Here's your outside kitchen. All this is a quick connect, just like air fittings, and then this goes in your sink. And you also can put this in there, and that's a hose. You can put a nozzle on there, spray something off out here, or whatever you need it for. That's a nice feature. We'll talk about this in a minute. I'll show you where this goes. This is your tubular stove. It's real nice. We cook outside most of the time, and I'm sure you will too. This is a towel holder. You also have a cutting board. This is a nice cutting board. It's more or less something to sit condiments on. It's not real sturdy, but you can sit some things on here while you're cooking. It makes a nice feature. It comes out either side. If you're left-handed, you can take it out the other side. Now, we talked about this. I'm going to show you where this goes. I got it. You see that yellow thing? Oh, you see that yellow thing right there? You take that out, and it's another quick connect, okay? Here's a valve. It has to be straight in the line. Right now the gas is cut off, and this pulls from your propane tanks in the front. But be sure when you get done that you put this back in here, because we don't want no dirt and grime. Okay. Put this back together. See how that goes? Don't have to be perfect, just that's all there is to it. Here's a nice feature. You can bring your TV out here. The one that's inside, you can bring it out. Here's a 110 outlet. It's protected by ground fault interrupter circuit, and I'll show that to you inside. This is where you bring your cable out. This is a cable that comes from the inside to your TV out here. You get a good picture. This here works just like this. Your steps operate just like this. Just like that. Okay, we're going to go inside your coach now. We'll do the awning at the last thing when we come out. It's very simple. Right now, this is it for the outside, except for the awning. We're going to go inside now.